Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
I know you are full of questions because you ask these questions on a regular basis. You email me, chris@perla.com. Sometimes I have the answer. Of course, Nomies can ask questions too, and they usually have a direct line to me, and I give them a direct answer. But we have lockergnome.net for you to ask questions. You just go there, register. It's pretty quick, pretty easy, pretty painless, pretty cost less because it's free. And you type in a question. The thing is, so many of you guys out there, you're familiar with websites and forums and questions and answers, but you kind of, well, not all of you, but some of you guys really suck at asking questions. I'm being blunt, really, with you. You're not doing it right. And some of you aren't answering questions very well at all either. Make it really difficult to use these Q&A types of sites like lockergnome.net. So Eddie Ringle took a step back and thought about some ways you could improve your Q&A game, specifically in relation to the Q&A sites like lockergnome.net. You want to start with this list of tips linked in the video description here. I'm going to go ahead and +1 this, tweet it, like it as well. I hope you will as too. Just like, let's see here. Wow. Quite a few of you guys have +1 this article. I'm glad it came in handy. Number 1, learn the difference between an answer and a comment. It's just, a little piece of me dies inside every time I'm reading a thread. There's a good question, answer, and then a response that's not an answer says, well, it's not happening to me. Well, my computer's fine. How does that help anybody? It doesn't. You've wasted space on the internet, dude. That's pretty much what that kind of response is. It's a comment, and someone's looking for an answer. Give them an answer. And if you don't have the answer, move on. That's the second tip. If you don't know the answer, don't post one. Post one? That's a moist post. Moist post. You try saying that 10 times fast. The third tip, be generous with upvotes and downvotes. So if someone's answered the question very well, and they've got the right answer or an accurate answer, give it a thumbs up. Don't just look at it and move on, because you may be helping someone at some point in the future. So I had a bug, and I guess I still have a bug with the iPhone, and I could not find a solution. I found in the Apple discussion forums, I found a question being asked that was a similar question that I had. And I was troubleshooting, and I think I figured it out. So I posted the possible answer. I'm like, look, here are the steps that I took. I was very detailed. And a lot of people thumbed up my answer because it was accurate, and it worked, and it helped bail them out of a situation that was causing them grief. Apple still has not fixed the bug, but at least when people are searching for that, they'll know because of the amount of upvotes on my comment, specifically the answer, other people will have a solution to their problem. So it behooves you to take the extra step to upvote or downvote, especially if it's a bad answer. And there are such things as bad answers. So another thing you might want to consider, mark an answer as accepted if it answers your question. So, like, for instance, if we go over to lockergnome.net right now, I'm going to go ahead and brighten it up, throw it over here. We've got 23,000 questions asked, 91,000 answers. It's quite a database of information. What colleges are well known for their computer degrees? So there's a question that's open-ended. It's not going to have a definitive response. Another question, is a Mac Mini 2GB RAM model good enough for app developing? 3 answers, 99 views. I would say that that's probably more than sufficient, at least as far as apps today are concerned. Of course, then again, it depends on what kind of app you're developing. How to put Android on Samsung Mobile, using multiple sitemaps in Visual Studios. What could be wrong? Need suggestions. Is it possible to learn to play piano on an iPad? Any recommendations for a 13-inch MacBook Pro case? How long do you think you could live on water alone? I mean, there's a lot of different questions out there, some of them with, answers that need responses because, they're questions that are being asked by someone who needs that help, and some of them are more thinking questions. Either way, it doesn't really matter what question's being asked, so long as you're participating in a way that makes that question more, turns it into a solution. Rather than just a question, you can provide that answer, and then when someone's looking for that same problem to be answered, it's already been answered. And that's the beautiful thing about you participating with these Q&A sites. And the same thing as Eddie had noted in his article on lockergnome.com, linked in the video's description here. Don't be redundant, and it goes for opinions too. So keep in mind that you have a chance of helping others as well through easy means. All you got to do is sit back, wait for them to ask the question, or potentially take a step forward and answer those questions that are just floating around, because there's a lot of questions that remain unanswered. I mean, whether it's on lockergnome.net or your favorite Q&A site, there's so many of them online, and each one of them has a different type of community. And so I would only hope that you would have the opportunity to, at some point, participate in a forum like that. And I know the majority of people don't, they just lurk. But participating really gives you a feeling of accomplishment. You're actually changing lives.